like 3 days ago I checked 3 cases only, the Russians like 20. It's very improbable that it's such a small number. The British, at first, they have reacted totally differently than the dominating Chinese model. They have calculated that the economic loss of the blocking the streets, blocking the traffic, blocking the public gatherings, blocking the borders, and so on and so on. So the Chinese model would be too costly, much more costly for the British, British political system and economical system than the virus itself. So at first, they were not blocking public gatherings. For instance, there was the only European country, I think, only major political country anyway, which was in which the football matches, for instance, with the audience on the spot, not via television, but on the spot, they were still allowed. But yesterday I've got an information that all cultural meetings, gatherings are cancelled. Probably all are cancelled because from my visit in London, I have the update about the concertos taking place in the concert hall called King's Place in the north of London, north from Euston's railway station, and the concertos are all cancelled. But it happened only yesterday when they decided about it. So like a week later, after these very serious limitations in traffic and communication and transportation in most of the countries involved in this hit by this coronavirus problem. In the United States, President Trump has reacted pretty quickly, and he is criticizing European Union, whereas in France, Emmanuel Macron is behaving as if he had a small problem, although he has much bigger problem than the Germans, for instance. But he's always pontificating about his wisdom. So is Trump sometimes, but Trump is only reacting to the left-leaning press, that is, and left-leaning television reporters, which are usually depicting him wrongly, depicting him unjustly. So it's a slightly different situation. For instance, Trump has still a backing of about half of the American population, according to the polls, and France is probably the only country in which you can be president having only 20% or something like that of public support, but you have the elite class behind you. So, so it's very the countries are criticizing each other for the coronavirus. Everybody is criticizing Chinese. The Chinese have recently started to blame everything on America. There are many conspiracy theories about the virus. There are conspiracy that it was a military something created for the Chinese against the Japanese and the South Koreans. There is a conspiracy theory that is all Trump's and American to hit the Chinese. And there is a conspiracy theory which is the most interesting, I think, that it's the plan of all the governments to get rid of old people because they are too costly within the social welfare systems. For instance, it's probably just a conspiracy theory, but for instance in Italy and in some other countries like Ukraine, they have declared that the problem is only for old people. In some cases, the Italians, for instance, they are not giving any medications to the people over 80 because they think it's not worth it. Maybe it's not, but it's very shocking that someone would tell us something like this. just openly, and I don't know, very strange situation indeed. Well, when it comes to the virus itself, it's probably it was compared to the